just after 10 to 8 when you have weather like we've had this weekend. There could be no better place than to be at the seaside.
Yes, and after years in the doldrums, there are signs that some British resorts are starting to bounce back. We've sent breakfast Phil Lavelle to Southend for us this morning. Phil?
Good morning, you two. Absolutely beautiful morning here in Southend this morning. The beach is still quite quiet considering the time of the morning, but if it's anything like yesterday, scorching temperatures, this place will be heaving by lunchtime, which is quite interesting really, because we're always being told that seaside resorts just like this are on the downward spiral, that nobody's coming here, nobody's spending money, because you can buy package holidays for a few £100s, you can get flights to Europe for £20 or £30 if you're lucky. But now the experts are saying that whole thing is just a theory and it is completely wrong. Don't we all, especially when the weather's like it has been for the last few days. Tourists out and profits up. Seaside towns are doing incredibly well. And that's not a hopeful quote from the tourism chiefs. That's direct from the experts who've been researching this very subject.
We can't offer the sunshine and the temperatures of the Mediterranean, except perhaps on a day like this. But we can offer a unique product that will keep people coming. And that has, thank goodness, actually been happening.
The seaside industry in England and Wales employs a huge number of people, more than the motoring industry, the aerospace industry and pharmaceuticals. In fact, we're talking 210,000 jobs in 100 resorts. And those are just the people who are employed directly. Many more are employed indirectly. And the highest concentration in one place is Blackpool. In that one town alone, 19,000 people work in the seaside industry.
It's Britain's hottest August bank holiday for 9 years.
A week at the seaside used to be a staple part of our summer lives. But then came the package holiday, the cheap flights, the choice of more exotic locations, which has meant in recent years many resorts have had to up their game. And that's what they say they're doing here in Southend-on-Sea. We may live in the days of government cuts, but here they've just been given £25 million to improve the place by next March. And one of those places that will be benefiting is this, the 109-year-old Palace Hotel, a favourite of Laurel and Hardy in the old days. Since then, it fell into disrepair, a fine old mess. Now it's been redeveloped, booking up fast, and why wouldn't it be?
I'm not surprised, because there's a lot to offer. Why should you go abroad when the weather is like this? And that's the unfortunate factor, of course, is that the weather is not always that nice. But the moment that the weather is nice, why should you go abroad?
So the wheel has turned full circle. Who needs the Med when we have Margate? The Seychelles when we have Skegness? It would appear that in 2010, the British seaside is the place to be. A couple of things we should point out regarding these figures. First of all, they will always naturally favour the larger resorts, your Blackpool, Ramsgate, Margate, places like Southend, places that have larger seafronts, they have more to do, they therefore attract more visitors and need more employees. And secondly, they are of course seasonal, because if you come down here today, there will be lots and lots of people working here. Come back in the middle of January, yes, there will be people working here, but it won't be anywhere near as busy. But one other thing that is attracting people, of course, something we featured on Breakfast about a month or so ago, and that is the Blue Flag Beach scheme, because there are now more Blue Flag beaches in this country than there were last year. And of course, that is a great advert for resorts. It gets people down, it gets them to the seaside, it gets them spending money. So not only are the seas now cleaner, but financially these resorts are cleaning up too.
Phil, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I love seeing those archive pictures of